Young one, first you must state your name.
Name? Oh my gosh. Okay. So what if I just do something funny like John Raidou? John Raidou. Okay, we're playing Raidou Remastered today. I've always been a fan of the Persona series since I think it was high school, almost 8 years ago I think. And so far, the only other Atlas IP I've been playing other than Persona is Etrian Odyssey for a while and Metaphor Fantazio recently. And you know, all this time, I really want to try to play other Atlas games. So when this game was announced on the Nintendo Direct earlier this year, I was really excited to get my hands on the game because you know, it's a remake of the Devil Summoner game and I've been kind of wanting to play Devil Summoner for a while. So I got the Switch version of the game because, you know, I like being able to play it anywhere I want on the Switch. I knew that I wanted to make a video about this game, but I really wasn't sure what style of video I'm gonna make it in. So, you know, I ended up just making this video, you know, just a narrative style video with a little bit of talking about my experience sprinkled in. So the game starts off really simple. We are thrown into the tutorial of the game, which story-wise is the trial to bear the Devil Summoner title, and we are guided by this voice that for some reason reminds me of Keith Silverstein's Zhongli for a bit. I mean, listen to it.
I am the head of the Kuzunoha village. The place where you stand is the Kuzunoha training hall. You have done well to endure the village's training and assume candidate status for this role. We, the Kuzunoha clan, have contended with monsters in the darkness.
But anyway, the tutorial is pretty simple. We're just taught how to use our sword, which by the way reminds me a lot of Persona 5 Scramble, with the light and heavy attacks on X and Y. Although unlike Scramble, there seems to be no combos for the attack, which is understandable since this is not a Musou game. But anyway, each type of attack has a different property. The light attacks on Y can help you recover mag, while the heavy attacks just deal more damage. Throughout this tutorial, we are taught how to use our sword, guns, spells, catch demons, use demons in a fight, and burn demons, apparently. And finally, we get to the end of the trial where we are faced with what seems to be Mara from behind, but it's actually not Mara, and she's actually here to eat Raidou. So we beat her up, right? And then phase 2 comes along, and of course there's a phase 2. And the demon that we just burnt, her name's Alp by the way, comes along and like, hey, I'm helping you, which is good thing because she turns out to be a Diabot, which is helpful, you know, because I definitely need healing in here. A couple of smacks later, we beat her, and then she throws in the best line of the game up until this point.
I guess you were a true devil summoner.
And so we did it. We have become Raidou Kuzunoha the 14th. And then for becoming Raidou Kuzunoha the 14th, we get Morgana if he's not annoying, and his name Goto.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Raidou the 14th.
You know what would make it cool? If the cat just calls us Raidou XRV. Raidou XRV. Shout out to Mr. David Wood.
You know what's funny? When I see like Pope Leo the 14th, but they write it in Roman numerals, I'm like, why don't you just say, if you say the letters of the Roman numerals, it actually sounds cooler. Like, what sounds cool? If you walk up and say, hey, I'm Pope Leo the 14th, he's like, oh, okay, you're number 14 in a long line of guys who went with the name Leo. So you're just another Leo. Whereas if you walked in the room, you're like, yo, what's up? I'm Pope Leo XIV. What's up? I wouldn't mess with that dude. I'd be like, whoa, this is the XIV here, right? He's a new thing. He's a new thing. He's not just number 14 in a succession. He's the XIV.
And after all the formalities are done, we are brought to this shrine where we're told that we can contact Yatagarasu from here, which turns out to be an organization name and not the bird Yatagarasu.
I am the overseer of the Kuzunoha clan and its mission, to protect this land from spiritual threats.
The supranationalist organization, Yatagarasu.
We're told that we're gonna safeguard the capital and we're gonna work with this guy called Narumi as a detective apprentice.
The head of the office, Narumi, works with us.
Then we're given the inspectability item, which allows us to instantly see the demon's abilities.
Since I'll be partnering with a detective, I believe it'll be worth keeping this detective journal. I'll be taking note of any words or phrases that are relevant to our work. That way you can refer to them at any time. That should do it.
Okay, so the premise of the game is basically that the capital is modernizing and people don't really care about gods, demons, or the supernaturals anymore, but the threat of it is very real, and you know, it's only Narumi and the Kuzunoha clan and the Atagarasu, they're the ones who are dealing with these problems. Then the scene cuts to Narumi, where it is revealed that people with a red cape have been kidnapping people and that there are a series of strange disappearances going on in the city. Then Narumi gets a call. He says that,
"But we only take, special cases, if you catch my drift."
"Yeah, buddy, sure." And this girl that's calling told us to meet her in this bridge. And then Narumi's like, "Yeah, we're not gonna deal with prank calls, man." And then the girl's like, "No, but I actually need your help." And then hangs up. And then he's like, "Well, shit, fine. We'll go, Raidou."
Guess we're on the case, Raidou.
So we get to the bridge, and then this girl, who looks kind of like Yukiko, is like, "Hey, kill me, quick!" And then Narumi's like, "What the fuck, man?" Then suddenly, a flashbang that emits like a massive fart cloud comes in. And then we see a bunch of people in red cape, you know, with gas masks coming in. And then one of the red capes kidnapped the girl, and the two others did some crazy sword tricks and fights us. Raidou lost, obviously, because it's probably a script loss.
A devil summoner retreating. Do not pursue the girl.
And then the fart clears up, and now the girl's gone, leaving only a butterfly brooch. Okay, I guess that was the prologue to episode 1. And then the next day, Narumi's like, "Well, now we're involved in it, Raidou. So, how about you go? You are the summoner after all. The devil summoner." And so off I go to investigate this disappearance.
Oh yeah, the music here is nice.
On the way, I realized that I can read minds without.
What the hell?
This girl, we read her mind, and then she reveals that below Konoya is Gomaden, which is basically the velvet room of this game. I tried going in there in Konoya, but Victor is out, so, well, I just bought some revival items. Then I pick up some items, commit spiritual arson to this lady, and as I approach this bridge, I got stopped by this dude. Our cat's like,
Detective Kazama. I should have known. If he's involved, you can bet something's about to go wrong.
then it's like, "Yeah, I want to stake out," and said some rather sus things. Our cat then told us to burn him, and he's like,
What am I even doing here?
Then we showed him the butterfly brooch, and he finally speaks up. He told us that the girl who's missing is from the Daidoji family, which is apparently a big deal in this game. And so I go to the Daidoji family residence, and as I got there, this grumpy old guy was like, "No appointments, get out of here, man." It's like, well, for goodness sake, man, I'm trying to help your family. So then I show him the brooch, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he brought us to meet this guy, who is apparently the uncle of the girl. And then he revealed that the girl who's missing is named Kaya. He's talking basically how the leader of the family is sick, and then Kaya is supposed to succeed his father, but then Kaya's missing and like yada yada yada. Then he told me to basically solve his problem for him and rescue Kaya. And so we snoop around the house a little bit and got into this room that has nothing at a glance. So we get out, try to go in here, and Nakamura stopped us. So I sent out a demon to do some solo investigation, and after the demon snoops around a little bit, we found this photo of Kaya. Our cat suggested that this may be a good pretext to go to ask the students who went to school with Kaya. So we go back to Tsukudocho and ask 2 students there about Kaya.
You're a detective? So wait, does that mean... Did Kaya really elope?
What the hell, man?
Don't get yourself worked up, Fumiko.
That must be what happened, Yaiko. That's why she's been missing school. She ran off with a man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think that's what eloping looks like. You wanna call this eloping, then sure, but I don't think that's what eloping looks like. Then one of the girls directed us to Rin, Kaya's close friend, I believe. Then in this alley, we found Rin, and then she agreed to help me after telling her that I'm Raidou. And as she was finding a secluded place to speak, she got banished into the Shadow Realm.
Someone sent her to the Dark Realm.
Or Dark Realm, I guess. Our cat then tells us to go to the shrine in Shinoda, to go there ourselves and rescue the girl. So then we go to the shrine, we ring the bell, and then this lady appears again. She gives us this ice demon Preta and sends us to the Dark Realm. And basically here we would just beat up some zombies and demons and maybe even recruit some more demons. And then just as we're about to confront this thing, this crab looking f***er, there's a barrier. Because of course there is. This is an RPG after all.
Dumbass, I had your number right from the start. See, I'm the kind of demon who will eat till he's good and ready.
So we take a detour, catch a pixie, beat up a group of Obarion who thinks they're better than us, and another roadblock. Man, we're playing Raidou here, man. We're not playing Jetlag the game. But we quickly took care of the roadblock and we finally reached this crap over here. We're then introduced to Demon's Bane, which is a move that we can use after a perfect dodge. I missed the timing on the first one, but I did it the second time.
What I'd expect.
And so the real battle starts. We beat up 3 more of these and then after the third one is down, he finally coughs up bits of who is doing these things.
Get rid of any cheat that comes through here.
Some Russian guy?
Oh, so it's a Russian guy. Okay, got it. Right, so we saved Rin. And finally she talks about Kaya. She told us that there's this song that she likes to sing, which is not at all creepy.
The mother, the father, earth between. The demon's blood whole again. In the abyss, its blood must be slain.
And it's definitely not a hint that I completely forgot as I played through. And then she told us that at 16, every daughter of the Daidoji family will be possessed by some demon. And that's why she wanted us to kill her before she turned 16. And so we got a tip that below the estate there is a basement, and that's like...
That's kind of like an abyss, isn't it?
So then we go to the Daidoji family estate again. There we found the entrance to the basement of the house after using Agathion's insight ability.
The mother, the father, earth between. So that line from Kaya's song was hinting at which book to take.
Inside there we battled some things and was told that we can do demon fusions, you know, typical Shin Megami Tensei stuff. Then I saw Jack Lantern and I thought, you know, I'll catch him because he's probably a better fire user than Ukuba. But then... Well then, so then we venture on and we found this weird turtle thing. This guy calls himself the Big Tarask and he wants to have wine before he can move us between places in the dungeon. So we go back to the mansion, overheard that she sent a new hire to get the wine when the one instructed was her. And now she's angry that she's not back with the wine. So after getting the information from reading her mind, we go back to Tsukudocho and retrieved the wine. So we got some wine and Yatagarasu gave us 2 more demons. Another Ukobak and Preta, which we already have. Like, come on, man. At least give us Jack Frost and Jack Lantern or something. Anyway, since we have the wine, we go back to the basement. I did some fusions to make Angel and Koropokur. With the new demons, we approached the big turtle and he decided that he wants to fight us anyway. So I gave him the Giga Slam and I fought him for a while until he's down to like around 1/5 of his health. Then he gave up and decided that he's just gonna help us. It's like, man, we got you your wine, man, and now you wanna kill me? Anyway, he carried us over to the other side. We got there, found 2 Matryoshka dolls, or what seems like it at least, and a cell where we found Kaya's diary. We basically snooped through her diary and found some clues and then head back. But as we head back, we're stopped by this giant skeleton dude.
I was told to be on the lookout since you were investigating the place. Now I gotta kill you.
This guy has this undodgeable attack that we have to jump over, and I wasn't ready for it for the first time, so I got beaten. And after a couple of tries, I decided that, damn, I might need to get stronger. So I decided to get to level 12, I caught Jack Lantern and infused Ipondatara, and got back to the fight. At low health, he starts to go berserk and throw out these multiple waves of unblockables, but then I managed to beat him. After that, we go back to the house and then eavesdrops on Kiyoshi and another guy talking, and basically Kiyoshi is tired of being compared to his older brother all the time and he wished death upon him. So basically a typical Asian upbringing, minus the death wish of course. TLDR of the situation is that in Kiyoshi's word, Kaya was supposed to be possessed, but then her father got ill, and Kiyoshi wanted to save Kaya from being possessed, so he brought her out of the prison in the basement. But then he also asked his military goon for help with his debt, and then military guys want Kaya, so they're like trying to get her back. And then Kiyoshi realizes what he's done and... well, he got possessed. Amazing. He then ran out, and we go after him, and then we are stopped by the Russian guy.
Tsuchigumo and Gashadokuro were supposed to be warnings.
Who are you and why are you speaking like this?
And he puts us into a fight with the final boss of episode 1, this Ichimokuren thing, this weird eyeball thing with tentacles. And I swear this is the most annoying fight I've had so far, and I'm only at episode 1. This guy has this unblockable attack where it just spins like a Beyblade and deals a ton of damage. And I died to this attack again,
Okay.
and again, and again.
I tried to get away!
Until finally I found a winning strategy with Angel and Ipondatara. Because Ipondatara can do Zio and Zan, while Angel just heals everyone.
Not bad at all.
And well, and that's episode 1. We go back to Narumi and discuss things a bit.
We're counting on you, Raidou Kuzunoha the 14th.
More like Raidou Kuzunoha exactly.
And that's the end. Alright, thanks for watching, bye.